On time. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm David Combs, Mayor of the City of Rocky Mount, and certainly on behalf of the City of Rocky Mount and North Carolina Wesleyan College, I want to welcome you here today to talk about our new venture together. Really, it's not a new venture, it's a revisited one since that we partnered with them some time ago and have partnered with North Carolina Wesleyan on a number of projects over the years, our last one being the tennis facility out at North Carolina Wesleyan with the county and the city. But we are excited today to talk about the return of North Carolina Wesleyan college football to the Rocky Mount Athletic Football Stadium. And again, I want to thank all of you that have worked together to make Wesleyan College's Battling Bishop successful and have played a role in bringing the team back to this stadium, which is where they started. Today, with me on stage is President Jim Gray, President of the college, John Thompson, Vice President and Director of Athletics, and the head football coach, Jeff Filikowski.
Close enough.
Okay. I would also like to acknowledge our city manager who is here, as well as our assistant city managers, Ann Wall and Latasha Logan. Thank you for being here too. The other people that I need to recognize are some staff members that are here for the city and also for North Carolina Wesleyan. A lot of things that get done don't get done because of me and the city manager. It's the staff that gets it done. So on behalf of those that have worked hard at North Carolina Wesleyan College and for the city of Rocky Mount, I want to thank you all for the efforts that you've put into this. And in particular, I want to thank Kelvin Yarrow, and who's the Director of Parks and Recreation, along with his staff, because this facility, as well as the athletic complex behind us, is all managed by our Parks and Recreation Department. So he's very key in making sure all these facilities are maintained and are ready to play when these teams start meeting. The other thing that I'd like to do, and I don't know if we've got any of the football players here today, but we certainly want to welcome the football players to Rocky Mount and thank them for being able to bring college football to here to Rocky Mount. And we've had it here, but it's nicer to have it closer to our downtown Rocky Mount than out in the county where it's been played for the last several years. This is where they first started playing football here in Rocky Mount for Wesleyan. They started about 10 years ago in 2004, and they continued in this location for 4 seasons until 2007. And it's where they actually won their first USA South Conference championship in 2007 with an 8-2 record. This is where we also cheered them on the NCAA Division III football tournament, and so we welcome them back to the stadium. In the interim, they had played out at Northern Nash High School, but Rocky Mount Senior High has their own stadium now, so it allows us to partner again with North Carolina Wesleyan College and bring them back down to this location. The other thing that I want to mention is also the importance of events like this to the revenue of the City of Rocky Mount. Most of you do know about our athletic complex here. It's 143 acres. It draws about 70 to 80,000 visitors each and every year to the City of Rocky Mount. It's been one of the best investments that we've made here in the City of Rocky Mount, and we have people from spring of the year through the late fall of the year that are coming in for athletic events here in Rocky Mount. And it also creates about a $7 million revenue that comes into the City of Rocky Mount that we wouldn't get otherwise if we didn't have this stadium. The other thing that I'd like to say is that it includes not only football, which we're bringing back here, but we have soccer fields, baseball fields, softball, basketball, volleyball, and disc golf. And disc golf is one of those sports across the country right now that seems to be gaining in popularity. My son likes to do it, so and he stops along the way when he's traveling and plays disc golf on different courses. But so we do have that here in Rocky Mount, and as hosts of North Carolina Wesleyan football, the City of Rocky Mount, we're proud to be highlighting our home team here in Rocky Mount and creating a positive economic impact for the City of Rocky Mount and hopefully also for North Carolina Wesleyan College. I also want to thank a few people, obviously, that worked through this to put all this together, which is our city manager, Charles Penny, Kelvin Yarl of our Parks and Recreation Department, and all the staff members from North Carolina Wesleyan College. They worked hard to bring the blue and gold back here to Rocky Mount Stadium, and we're glad that we've been able to work with them again. At this time, I'd like to introduce President Jim Gray for some remarks from him, and then shortly after that, the other two people on the podium will speak, and we'll have the signing of the contracts between North Carolina Wesleyan and the City of Rocky Mount.
Thank you, David. One of the most important things that we do at Wesleyan is work on our collaboration with the City of Rocky Mount. We were born back in 1956 from the community leaders of this wonderful city, and the United Methodist Church came together to form Wesleyan, and we have never forgotten that, and we're grateful to the city, and particularly to David and to Charles and Kelvin and Ann and all of you who worked on this return of the Battling Bishops to these grounds. We are excited about it. I never quite understood why we weren't playing here to begin with, but now we're back home, and the field is beautiful, and the facilities are going to be just great. Our ultimate goal is to get two things going. One is really get our students engaged in Wesleyan football. Playing out of Northern Nash, even if we had a bus, it was really difficult to get many students to come out there. But we are very close now, as you know, and we're going to do tailgates for students, buses for students, and really try to get them into this football here at Rocky Mount Stadium. The other thing we want to do is engage our alumni. We probably have 1,000 alumni from both our traditional and Aspire program in this region, and I would say probably you could count on one hand how many of them actually in the last few years drove out to Northern Nash to see us play football. So we're going to try really hard to get those alumni back, particularly at the opening game, September 14th, and then homecoming October 5th. And the board's excited about it. I did want to introduce Chairman of our Athletics Committee, Lloyd Nelson, who is here. Raise your hand, Lloyd. We got support of the board. They're going to turn out, and we're going to get the students. But then the ultimate goal is this. We want Rocky Mount's football team to be the Battling Bishops. When people who like college football in this town think of football, they can't go to Chapel Hill or go to State or go to East Carolina every Saturday. We want them to come here and really get behind our team. It's going to take a few years, and we're going to have to promote it really well and give them a good experience. But when they come and they see the quality of play of the Battling Bishops, and see those 100 young men run out of here in those blue and gold uniforms, they're going to be impressed. The quality of play and the spirit is wonderful. We just don't have too many people who are 6'5", 238 running the ball, right, Coach? We just don't have them now. How about that? We will have them. So a little bit smaller, but play just as hard, and they're good sports, and we're excited to be here. We're excited to have a new coach, and I thank John and the coach and people with the city for putting this together. Thank you for inviting us to come here. It is a continuation of a partnership with the city that we value very highly. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The first thing I would like to do is thank the Nash Rocky Mount school system, Rocky Mount High School, Northern Nash High School, former athletic director Wayne Dahl and current athletic director Angie Miller. Those folks have been great partners for us over the past several years, and we certainly appreciate everything they've done that's enabled us to have the football program that we do have. We are very excited, though, about our return here to the stadium. Our team first played on this field in 2004. And it was our home for 4 years, as David mentioned. It was a great venue for us, and we're excited to be back. President Gray mentioned that North Carolina Wesleyan was Rocky Mount's home team, and we are in many sports, whether it's baseball, soccer, basketball, tennis, whatever the sport may be. We are the college team of Rocky Mount, and I've said for years, somebody doesn't have to drive an hour or two to see quality college athletics. We're excited about all of the teams that we put on the field and on the court here in Rocky Mount, and I think that Rocky Mount should be proud of what we have here. We are excited about the partnership. This is an example of continuing partnership between the college and the city, many things that we do, and we look forward to that involvement even on a further basis. As has been said previously, I really appreciate the support of Charles, Ann, Kelvin, and all of the city folks on my staff, Ricky Rich, Martha Proctor, obviously Coach Filkowski and his football staff, and all of our athletic staff. It really is a team effort to put this on. All of our athletic teams, our athletic department, the football program in particular in this case, is a significant undertaking. And to bring it here and to put it in this venue, to put it in the setting that it's going to be, the city involvement, we appreciate everyone's input on that. And with that, I'm going to welcome our new head football coach. He's been here since March. We're excited to get him going actually on the field with some players in just a couple of weeks with the start of football camp, Jeff Filkowski.
Thanks, Coach. And first and foremost, I'd like to thank President Gray and Coach Thompson for having the faith in me to lead this program forward into the future. Certainly, they are very supportive with football. Obviously, we have a big to do today. So it's showing that the support from the administration is ginormous and important here. It's kind of refreshing from some of the past places I've been. Also, I want to thank Ricky Rich and our SID and Miss Martha Proctor, our administrative assistant. Certainly, as I transition down here, they've been nothing short of amazing to me and my family, and I appreciate that. Moving forward to this big day, Mayor Combs, City of Rocky Mount, this is a big deal. This is a big deal to North Carolina Wesleyan football. Big deal to two areas I think any coach would talk about is the wow factor in recruiting. And we don't have a home. And our home now is here. We'll have the logo painted out there in the middle of the field. Our guys will be excited about that. But also the wow factor in recruiting. Nobody can use anything against us with this being our home. Pulling in here, we'll have the flags on the posts. Hopefully a banner underneath the scoreboard saying North Carolina Wesleyan football. And that is the big two to-dos. I want to take care of recruiting and certainly take care of those 120 football players. And they're excited. We're excited. My staff is excited. Certainly it's no knock on Northern Nash or anybody that plays at a high school facility, but that's their home. And we are excited to call this our home. And certainly, as everybody said, Rocky Mount's football team. Thank you.
Thank you for coming out. At this time, I'm going to ask City Manager Charles Penny and President Gray to come over to this table, and we'll sign the documents and make it all official.
Sign Charles Penny, City Manager.
Charles wants to make you an honorary Baptist bishop, as well as mayor, and and please, football mayor. What height is football started for office. That's real good. We win the national championship.
Not afraid to throw that out there, huh? Easy with basketball. I appreciate you.
I want to thank all of you for being here today. It's official now. This is the home of the Battling Bishops football program. We look forward to many, many years of partnership with Wesleyan on other ventures that we do. And certainly we could not have had the USA South Conference Championships here last spring without the help of a lot of people in our community. But that partnership between North Carolina Wesleyan and the city of Rocky Mount just shows you what can happen when we work together. So on behalf of North Carolina Wesleyan and the city of Rocky Mount, thank you all for being here today. If there's any reporters that need to speak with any of the people up here on the podium, we'll be glad to stick around for a few minutes and answer any questions. So again, thank you and good luck to you, Coach. Hopefully you're going to have a winning season.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.